Welcome back to the Loner Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage. I hope you're having an awesome day today in this blistering heat. But I'm going to tell you something. I've got a lot to finish up on and finish up strong, and I promised you a lot of good stuff. So let's get right down to it. First of all, I want to speak directly to all of my self-employed friends out there. I know that you're the heartbeat of America. I know that without our self-employed people, this country would be nothing. And I support my self-employed people. The problem with being self-employed is we are at a disadvantage when it comes to getting finances. The reason for that is the IRS allows us to have all kinds of different type of codes that allow us to write off expenses and to reduce our tax burdens. And many of you take full advantage of that. And I don't think you should not take advantage of it. I think you should. The problem is, though, is when you go to a bank and you show them, hey, you know, my business made $1 million last year. And they say, I'm sorry, Mr. Woodburn, it didn't. It only made $22,000 because you wrote everything off. That's fine. Leave your tax returns at home. Bring me your last 24 months bank statements. And in many cases, I can use 12 months, not 24. I have a program for each. They have different rates. The longer I go back in bank statements, the better the bank statements look for deposits, the lower the interest rates. The higher your credit score, the lower the interest rates. So it gives that self-employed person the ability to purchase. I have my bank statement programs allowed for as little as 10, 15% down. Now we recommend a 20% down, but I've got them for less money. So if you're self-employed, I want you to stop worrying about it. The bank's not going to talk to you. The Rocket's not going to talk to you, but I will. Why? Because you deserve to have home ownership just like the rest of us. And you deserve to still take advantage of whatever tax advantages you can take advantage of. I had a client recently told me he was making 500 grand a year. By the time I got his taxes, he was making less than 100. And I said, so by the looks of things, you're writing off about $400,000 in business. How much did that save you in taxes? And he said over $100,000. $100,000 is $8,500, $8,300 a month. Okay. That's $8,300 a month, $8,300 a month. I did a bank statement program, and his payments on the bank statement program on a $500,000 purchase were only about $400 a month more than a conventional purchase. It wasn't that much different. That's not a $500,000 house, folks. So would you rather spend $8,300 a month for the government or $400 a month more on your mortgage payment and stay self-employed, keep writing off your expenses? I know which direction I'm going in. 407, oh boy, if I can say my own phone number, 407 813 213 4009. Let's see if we can get that out again this time. 813-213-4009, or Orlando, my 407 number, 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. Even the Lone Ranger gets mixed up here from time to time. Come on. Or you can go to my website at webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. All right, next on the list is my DSCR. DSCR is debt service coverage ratio. This is for folks that don't want to show their tax returns. You don't have to be self-employed. You can be anybody. You can buy you can buy investment property only. You cannot buy primary. You cannot buy secondary. Now you can on my bank statement. You cannot on a DSCR. This is only for investment purchases, 20% or more down. Now here's the great thing about this. The only income that I need is the income that the subject property produces. So you want to buy a $400,000 house, you got 20% to put down. I then have the appraiser give me how much the rent would be on that property. Let's just say it's $3,000 a month. As long as your mortgage payment is $3,000 a month or less, that's the only income we need. Now, the better the credit, the better the score. The more you put down, the better your credit, the better the rate. The more you put down, the better the rate. So obviously, all these things come into play and mitigate risk in order to give you better terms. But I will tell you this much, folks. If you compare my DSCR program for investors to a regular Fannie Mae full doc loan, tax returns, bank statements, everything you need, I can tell you that my DSCR interest rates are about the same, if not even better than a conventional loan. What do you think about that? 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009, or go to WeBringYouHome.com. Ask me about my DSCR or bank statement program. Then the next thing I want to talk about refinancing. So as you know, I created a VIP watch list. You want on my VIP watch list? Then call or text me at those numbers I just gave you. Those are cell numbers. They're my personal phone numbers. Call or text. Send me a snapshot of your bank statement, and then I need your full name, address, email address, and I'll add you to my VIP watch list so that when the time is right for you to refinance, I will call you and we will refinance. Right now, you're getting bombarded with everybody telling you how much money they can save you. Well, they can. And so can I. I'll do it right now. You want to refinance right now? I'll drop your rate. I can refinance you right now. I'm the only lender that I know of out there right now that's truly encouraging their folks that want to just drop rate or eliminate PMI to just hold off a little bit longer. Now, why would anybody in their right mind do that if you were in the business of actually doing mortgages? Here's why, folks, because it's the right thing to do. Now, for those of you that have gotten yourself into maybe a little bit more debt than you really expected to get up, I don't know. It just the Amazon guys at the door all the time. You've accumulated debt. Maybe your car payments are high. And we look at all that debt together. Let's look at debt consolidation. So debt consolidation, very popular right now. Whatever you do, if you are getting overloaded in debt, you cannot let one payment get late, not one on anything. Don't be late, because if you are, then it can't be fixed. So call me before that happens. You've got to call me before it happens. So let's just take Judy for an example. She's a great example because she's the ideal client that really fit right into this. Now, she called me for a home equity line of credit. She wanted to consolidate some debt. And then she needed $25,000 to be able to do some home repairs. So by the time I looked at it, and she did not want to refinance because she had a 3.5% 30-year fixed rate on her house. So she didn't want to refinance. So she looked at a home equity line of credit. By the time I gave her the money to consolidate the debt that she currently have and gave her the $25,000, it did not improve her monthly situation. The debts would not have changed. So very begrudgingly, she allowed me to run the numbers on a refinance. I looked at the numbers. Now, keep in mind, she had a $1,500 mortgage payment. She had about $1,200 a month in car payments. It was about $1,150 between two cars. And she had $1,500 a month in other debts, credit cards and other things like that. And then she needed 25 grand to fix the house up, which on a home equity line of credit would about $300 a month. Okay. So I looked at it. That was $5,000 total monthly nut that she writes. So I looked at it all. I convinced her, let me consolidate it all into one 30-year fixed. I consolidated it into one 30-year fixed rate. It made her total payments of everything all together after I paid off both cars, paid off all of her credit cards, wiped them out clean, and gave her 25 grand. Then she had one $2,500 a month payment. Now listen, that saved her $2,500 per month. $2,500 a month. So she was happy as can be. So we went to closing, closed it. And I said, how do you feel? She goes, Bruce, I feel really good about this. The only thing that concerned me is I hated to make my cars in a 30-year mortgage. I don't want to pay my cars over 30 years. And I said, Judy, I saved you $2,500 a month. Put that $2,500 a month toward your mortgage. do you know how long it's going to take to have no mortgage then? She goes, how long? I said, 8.3 years. She said, you're kidding me. I said, 8.3 years. Now you have no car loans, no credit cards. You had your house fixed up and you have no mortgage payment any longer. She goes, I love it. I'm retiring in 10 years. How much if I just put $2,000 a month extra toward the mortgage? 10 years. She goes, oh my gosh, that's perfect. By the time I retire in 10 years, I have no mortgage, no mortgage. That's how you create wealth in America. That's how we go into retirement debt free. If you would like to get on my list, if you'd like to discuss the differences in debt consolidation refinance versus a home equity line of credit, I'm right here to help you with them. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or go to webringyouhome.com. All right, next on the list, Governor DeSantis coming out and saying, we want to eliminate property taxes. Boy, I love that idea. Now, I got to wait and see how this thing's going to come down because I don't know if this is the same type of thing as the cuckoo up there in New York is talking about free bus rides and whatever. That guy's a moron. But at any rate, I'd like to know a little bit more about what DeSantis has in mind and where would the revenue come from if we did not have property taxes. Now, I can tell you something. It's sure going to make these ugly insurance prices feel a lot better if I don't pay property taxes. So let's see how that goes. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about that? And then I want to go ahead and talk a little bit more about my personal situation where, as you know, I've lived life as a big man. I'm 6'4" almost, and I was weighing 285 pounds and way overweight and not feeling good. And my health wasn't good. My knees weren't good. My ankles weren't good. I couldn't get out and get a lot of exercise. I was just overweight. It was terrible. It was horrible. It was unfair to my family and my wife. So I went to Age Rejuvenation. Now listen, folks, I went to Age Rejuvenation after I had been to every weight loss clinic. I had tried everything, personal trainers, you name it. I tried it. I did it. And I just couldn't keep the weight off. It just wasn't sustainable for me. So they put me on a cocktail of some semaglutides and some trizepatides, which are unbelievable, super safe, but no one else does combinations. They dialed it in after extensive blood work. Once they did, I started peeling off weight. I'm down 77 pounds. And I went on their testosterone therapy. They are having a big event, and I can't make it. It's going to be on August the 7th in Orlando. And I will invite you to this event. It's going to be on a rooftop event. They're going to have all kinds of food and drinks, and you can meet the owners and you can get all the discounts that I promise you. So listen, Age Rejuvenation does not pay me to promote their products. I do it because I want to pass on these amazing discounts to you. So that's what I'm doing right now. If you want to lose weight, you want to feel better, you want to look better, you just let me know. I can help you with that. And then the last but not least is solar panels. You know, I hate solar panels because of the liens they put on your property. It's trickery. It's the old-fashioned siding salesman. I hate the doggone things. And man, do they create problems. And I just ran into a new one the other day that was a PACE lien, which means that the lien for the solar panels is paid through your property taxes, and they will not subordinate for you to refinance. So these builders that are putting solar panels in the house and you're paying it in your taxes, run from that situation as fast as you can. You'll never refinance, and you can't sell your house unless you pay the lien off. My name is Bruce Woodburn. They call me the Lone Ranger. I'm here to help you. That's my job. You want to buy, refinance, build, you name it, I got it. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009. Again, that's 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 and or webringyouhome.com. I appreciate you joining me. God bless each and every one of you. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend, and I look forward to seeing you here next week. Have a great weekend.